How to stay calm and positive in life. Introduction. Staying calm and positive in life isn't about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with a mindset that empowers you. Life can be unpredictable, and at times it can feel overwhelming. We all face moments of stress, frustration, and doubt, but what if you could handle those moments with more ease? What if you could stay grounded, no matter what happens around you? This book will show you how to find that calmness and positivity, even on your toughest days. It's not about pretending everything is perfect or ignoring your problems. It's about learning how to manage your emotions, control your thoughts, and stay focused on what really matters. It's about developing habits that support your well-being and allow you to keep moving forward, even when things get difficult. By reading this, you'll discover simple, practical steps to change your mindset, reduce stress, and build the resilience needed to face life's challenges. You don't need to have all the answers, but with a few strategies and a commitment to positive growth, you'll be equipped to take on each day with a calm, clear perspective. Chapter 1. The Foundation of Inner Peace. Inner peace is something we all crave, even if we don't say it out loud. It's the kind of peace that makes you feel grounded, no matter what's happening in the world around you. But for most of us, finding that calm feels like chasing a shadow. There's too much noise, emails piling up, bills to pay, relationships to manage. The good news is that inner peace isn't out of reach. It's not reserved for a select few or a luxury you experience only on vacations. It's a skill you can cultivate with consistent effort and the right approach. Building inner peace starts with understanding it. Many people think peace means having no problems at all, but that's not true. Life will always have its ups and downs. Peace is about how you handle those moments. It's about not letting stress and chaos dictate how you feel. Imagine standing in a crowded, noisy room but feeling calm because your focus is elsewhere. That's the essence of inner peace. It's a state of mind that doesn't depend on what's happening outside, but comes from the way you think and respond. The first step to creating this foundation is looking inward. We're often so busy reacting to everything around us that we don't take the time to reflect. To begin, pause and ask yourself what peace means to you. Is it a feeling of control over your day? Is it being able to sit quietly without worrying about 100 things? Your definition of peace will guide the choices you make to build it. For some, peace might mean a quiet morning routine. For others, it could mean having better relationships. Once you're clear on what it looks like, it becomes easier to work toward it. To create a peaceful foundation, you need space. Not just physical space, but mental space too. Start with your surroundings. If your home or workspace is cluttered, it can make your mind feel cluttered too. Take some time to tidy up the spaces where you spend the most time. You don't need to do it all at once. Begin with a single corner or desk. As you organize, notice how the act of clearing things up makes you feel lighter. This same principle applies to your schedule. When your day is jam-packed with commitments, it leaves no room to breathe. Learn to say no to the things that don't align with what's truly important to you. Another essential part of building peace is creating moments of stillness. In today's world, everything feels rushed. There's always a new notification, a new task, or a new demand for your attention. But peace can't exist in constant motion. It thrives in quiet moments where you allow yourself to simply be. You don't need fancy techniques to practice stillness. Find a comfortable spot, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. When your thoughts wander, gently bring them back. Even a few minutes of this daily can make a big difference. What often disrupts our inner peace is the way we talk to ourselves. Most of us have a voice in our heads that's quick to criticize. It points out our mistakes, compares us to others, and makes us feel like we're not doing enough. This kind of negative self-talk can create a constant sense of unease, but the good news is, you can change it. The next time you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good at this," reframe it to something kinder, like, "I'm learning, and I'm improving every day." Over time, These small shifts in how you talk to yourself can have a big impact on your overall sense of calm. One of the most effective ways to nurture inner peace is to simplify your life. Many of us try to do too much, have too many possessions, or aim for too many goals at once. This can lead to feeling overwhelmed and stressed. Simplification doesn't mean giving up on your ambitions or living with nothing. It's about focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. For instance, instead of trying to check off a long to-do list every day, focus on 3 or 4 tasks that are most important. The same goes for your relationships. Invest your time and energy in the ones that bring you joy and support. The people you surround yourself with also play a big role in your inner peace. If you're constantly around negativity, it can drain you. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with certain people. If someone consistently leaves you feeling stressed or unhappy, it might be time to set boundaries. On the flip side, seek out relationships that uplift you. Spend time with people who inspire you, encourage you, and make you feel valued. Inner peace also grows when you embrace patience. We often want immediate results, whether it's in our personal growth, career, or relationships. But peace doesn't come from rushing. It comes from trusting the process and giving yourself grace along the way. If you've had a stressful day and find yourself feeling far from calm, don't beat yourself up. Progress isn't linear, and every small step counts. Finally, remember that peace is a choice you make every day. It's in the way you start your mornings, the habits you form, and the thoughts you nurture. You don't need to have it all figured out to begin. Even small actions, like pausing to breathe deeply when you feel overwhelmed, are steps toward a calmer, more positive life. Inner peace isn't about perfection, and it's not about escaping life's challenges. It's about building a strong foundation within yourself so that no matter what life throws your way, you remain steady. Start with these small changes, and over time you'll notice a shift. You'll feel calmer, more in control, and more aligned with the kind of life you want to live. Chapter 2. Taking control of your inner world. Taking control of your inner world begins with recognizing that much of what disturbs our peace doesn't come from outside, but from within. Our thoughts, emotions, and reactions shape how we experience life. If your mind is in constant overdrive, filled with doubt, fear, or negativity, even the smallest challenges can feel overwhelming. On the other hand, when your inner world is calm and steady, you can face difficulties with confidence and clarity. The good news is that you don't have to let your mind run on autopilot. You can take charge of it in a way that empowers you. The first step in taking control of your inner world is becoming aware of your thoughts. Often we go through the day without paying attention to the stories we tell ourselves. These internal narratives can shape how we feel, behave, and respond to others. If your mind is filled with thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "everything always goes wrong," those beliefs start to feel like facts. But they're not facts, they're patterns you've developed over time. To break free from these patterns, start by noticing them. When you catch yourself in a negative thought loop, pause for a moment and label it. Simply acknowledging, "This is a stressful thought," can help create a sense of distance between you and the thought. Another essential aspect of taking control is choosing how to respond rather than reacting impulsively. Reactions are often driven by emotion and can make situations worse. For example, when someone criticizes you, your first instinct might be to defend yourself or lash out. But if you pause and give yourself a moment to think, you can respond in a way that's calm and constructive. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings, it means giving yourself the time to process them before taking action. Responding instead of reacting is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. Managing your emotions is another key to mastering your inner world. It's not about suppressing feelings or pretending everything is fine when it's not. Emotions are natural and valid. However, letting them control your actions can lead to regret or unnecessary stress. When you feel angry, anxious, or upset, take a moment to breathe deeply. Focus on the sensation of your breath as it moves in and out. This simple act can help ground you and prevent your emotions from spiraling. After you've calmed down, reflect on what triggered the emotion and decide how you want to handle it. Your inner world is also influenced by the things you focus on. What you give your attention to grows. If you constantly dwell on problems, you'll feel more stressed. If you focus on solutions, you'll feel empowered. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending they don't exist. It means training your mind to look for what's within your control instead of what's beyond it. For example, if you're facing a tough situation at work, ask yourself, what can I do to improve this, rather than dwelling on everything that's going wrong. Shifting your focus in this way can make even the most difficult situations feel more manageable. Taking care of your mental and physical health also plays a huge role in managing your inner world. When your body is tired or stressed, it's harder to stay calm and think clearly. Make it a priority to get enough sleep, eat nourishing foods, and move your body regularly. Even a short walk can help clear your mind and improve your mood. Additionally, taking breaks throughout the day to relax and recharge can prevent burnout. Think of these habits as investments in your overall well-being. Another powerful tool for taking control of your inner world is setting boundaries. Many of us struggle to say no, even when we're overwhelmed. We worry about disappointing others or missing out on opportunities. But constantly saying yes to everything can leave you feeling drained and resentful. Setting boundaries is not about being selfish. It's about protecting your peace and ensuring you have the energy to focus on what truly matters. Start small by identifying one area in your life where you feel stretched too thin. Then, communicate your limits clearly and respectfully. Gratitude is another practice that can help you shift your inner dialogue in a positive direction. It's easy to focus on what's missing or what's not going well, but doing so only amplifies feelings of dissatisfaction. When you take the time to appreciate what you have, you change your perspective. Each day, take a few minutes to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be big or extraordinary. It could be a kind word from a friend, a sunny day, or a meal you enjoyed. Over time, this practice trains your mind to focus on the positives rather than the negatives. Forgiveness is another important step in taking control of your inner world. Holding on to anger, grudges, or resentment can weigh heavily on your mind and heart. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior or forgetting what happened. It means freeing yourself from the burden of carrying that pain. When you forgive, you're not just doing it for the other person, you're doing it for yourself. Forgiveness creates space for peace and healing. Start by acknowledging your feelings and allowing yourself to process them. Then, make the conscious choice to let go. Building a calm and centered inner world also involves creating a daily routine that supports your well-being. Start your mornings with intention, whether that means journaling, meditating, or simply sitting quietly with a cup of tea. How you begin your day sets the tone for the hours ahead. Throughout the day, take moments to check in with yourself. Ask, how am I feeling right now? And what do I need in this moment? This simple practice can help you stay connected to yourself and prevent stress from building up. As you work on taking control of your inner world, remember that progress takes time. There will be days when you feel calm and in control and days when everything feels chaotic. That's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Celebrate your small wins and be patient with yourself during setbacks. Each step you take brings you closer to the life you want to create. Your inner world is your sanctuary. It's where you process your experiences, make decisions, and find the strength to keep going. By taking control of it, you empower yourself to live with greater clarity, resilience, and joy. This journey isn't about changing who you are, but about uncovering the peace and strength that's already within you. With time and practice, you'll find that no matter what challenges arise, you have the tools to face them with confidence and grace. Chapter 3. Managing stress in real time. Stress is an unavoidable part of life, but how you manage it can make all the difference in maintaining your peace and positivity. When stress strikes, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, like the weight of everything is pressing down on you. However, learning to manage stress in real time is a powerful skill that allows you to regain control no matter the situation. It's not about eliminating stress altogether. It's about understanding how to navigate through it effectively. The first thing to focus on is your immediate reaction when stress arises. Often, the body responds to stress before the mind fully catches up. Your heart rate might increase, your breathing might become shallow, or your muscles might tense up. These physical responses are part of your body's natural fight-or-flight reaction, but they don't have to take over. When you notice these signs, focus on your breathing. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat this a few times. This simple act helps calm your nervous system and gives you a moment to think clearly. Once you've calmed your body, the next step is to assess the situation. Ask yourself what's causing the stress and whether it's something within your control. If it's something you can address immediately, think of the smallest action you can take to improve the situation. For example, if you're stressed about a deadline, focus on completing one small part of the task rather than trying to tackle everything at once. Breaking things down into manageable steps can help reduce feelings of overwhelm and make the situation feel more achievable. If the stress is caused by something outside your control, remind yourself that worrying won't change the outcome. It's natural to feel frustrated in these moments, but redirecting your focus can help. Try shifting your attention to something grounding, like observing your surroundings or focusing on a small, calming task. For instance, if you're stuck in traffic and feeling stressed about being late, take a moment to listen to your favorite music or an audiobook. Redirecting your attention helps you stay present and prevents your mind from spiraling into negativity. Sometimes stress is amplified by the stories we tell ourselves. Negative thoughts like, "This is going to ruin everything," or "I can't handle this," can make a stressful situation feel even worse. Challenge these thoughts by questioning their accuracy. Ask yourself if they're based on facts or assumptions. Replace them with more constructive statements like, "I'll get through this," or "I've handled tough situations before." Changing your self-talk can have a powerful effect on how you experience stress. Your environment can also play a significant role in how you manage stress. If possible, create a space that feels calming and supportive. This doesn't mean you need to overhaul your entire home or workspace. Simple changes like keeping your desk organized, adding a plant to your room, or playing soothing background music can make a big difference. Having a peaceful environment gives your mind a break from external chaos and helps you feel more centered. Physical movement is another effective way to manage stress in real time. When stress builds up, your body holds onto that tension, and moving helps release it. Even a short walk can work wonders. If you're at home, try stretching or doing a few simple exercises. Physical activity not only helps your body relax but also releases endorphins, which improve your mood. You don't need to commit to a full workout, just a few minutes of movement can make you feel more in control. Connecting with others is another way to handle stress in the moment. Talking to someone you trust can help you gain perspective and feel supported. Sometimes just expressing what you're going through can lighten the emotional load. If you don't have someone to talk to right away, consider writing your thoughts down. Journaling allows you to process your feelings and often helps you discover solutions you hadn't considered. When stress feels particularly intense, grounding techniques can be helpful. These involve focusing on your senses to bring your mind back to the present moment. For example, you can try the 5 to 4, -3, -2, -1 method. Identify 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This practice shifts your attention away from the stressor and helps you feel more anchored. Another important aspect of managing stress is recognizing when you need to step back. It's easy to feel like you need to push through everything, but sometimes the most effective thing you can do is pause. If you're able, take a short break to recharge. Even a few minutes of stepping away from the source of stress can help you return with a clearer mind and a calmer demeanor. Taking care of yourself regularly can also reduce how intensely stress affects you. When you're well rested, well nourished, and emotionally balanced, your body and mind are better equipped to handle challenges. Think of self-care as building a foundation of resilience. The more you prioritize your well-being, the less likely you are to feel overwhelmed by everyday stresses. It's also helpful to set realistic expectations for yourself. Stress often comes from trying to do too much or striving for perfection. Be honest about what you can reasonably handle, and don't hesitate to ask for help when you need it. Delegating tasks or sharing responsibilities doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're being mindful of your limits. It's important to acknowledge that stress is a natural part of life. No one can avoid it entirely, and trying to eliminate it completely can create more frustration. Instead, focus on building skills that help you navigate stress with grace and confidence. Each time you manage stress effectively, you're strengthening your ability to stay calm and positive in the face of challenges. Learning to manage stress in real time is a process, and it's okay if it doesn't come easily at first. What matters is your willingness to try and keep practicing. Over time, you'll find that these strategies become second nature, and you'll approach stressful situations with a sense of calm and clarity you didn't have before. By taking control of your response to stress, you're giving yourself the gift of peace, even in life's most chaotic moments. Chapter 4. Building resilience for life's challenges. Life is full of challenges, and building resilience is one of the most important skills you can develop to navigate them. Resilience isn't about avoiding difficulties or pretending they don't exist. It's about finding the strength to face them, adapt, and come out stronger. It's about learning how to bend without breaking, and that's something anyone can cultivate with the right mindset and practices. Resilience starts with how you view yourself and the situations you encounter. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is moving from seeing obstacles as threats to seeing them as opportunities to grow. This isn't about minimizing the difficulty of what you're facing. It's about understanding that challenges can teach you something valuable. When you go through a tough situation, ask yourself what you can learn from it or how it can make you stronger. This mindset helps you feel more in control, even when things seem uncertain. Another way to build resilience is by focusing on what you can control. Life often throws unexpected changes your way, and it's easy to feel powerless in those moments. Instead of getting stuck in frustration, turn your attention to the actions you can take. For example, if you're facing a financial setback, think about steps you can take to improve your situation, even if they're small. When you focus on what's within your power, you remind yourself that you're capable of handling challenges one step at a time. Resilience also requires self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions and be honest with yourself about how you're feeling. Suppressing your emotions doesn't make them go away. It often makes them more intense over time. Acknowledging what you're feeling, whether it's fear, sadness, or anger, is an important part of processing it. Once you recognize your emotions, you can choose how to respond to them rather than letting them control you. Your mindset is a key part of resilience, but so is your physical well-being. Taking care of your body lays the foundation for emotional strength. When you're well-rested, well-nourished, and active, you're better equipped to handle stress. Even small changes like getting enough sleep or drinking more water can have a big impact on how you feel. Your body and mind are deeply connected, and when one is taken care of, the other benefits too. One of the most powerful tools for building resilience is your support network. No one gets through life's challenges alone, and having people you can lean on makes a huge difference. Surround yourself with people who encourage you, listen to you, and remind you of your strengths. This doesn't mean you need a large group of friends. Even one or two trusted individuals can provide the support you need. At the same time, be willing to offer support to others. Helping someone else through a tough time often strengthens your own resilience, as it reminds you of the value of connection and kindness. Resilience also involves being adaptable. Life rarely goes according to plan, and the ability to adjust when things change is a skill worth developing. This doesn't mean giving up on your goals, it means being open to finding new ways to achieve them. When something doesn't work out the way you hoped, take a moment to reassess and consider alternative paths. Adaptability isn't about abandoning your dreams, it's about staying committed to them while being flexible in how you approach them. Another way to strengthen your resilience is by setting realistic expectations for yourself. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you're trying to do too much or expecting perfection. Be honest about what you can handle and don't hesitate to say no when you need to. Giving yourself permission to rest and recharge is not a sign of weakness. It's a way to ensure you have the energy to keep going when it matters most. Resilience grows when you learn to accept that failure and setbacks are part of life. Everyone makes mistakes, and no one succeeds without experiencing some kind of loss or disappointment. Instead of seeing failure as a reflection of your worth, view it as a stepping stone to success. Ask yourself what went wrong, what you can learn from it, and how you can improve next time. This process helps you develop a mindset of growth, which is essential for resilience. Cultivating gratitude is another powerful way to build resilience. When you're going through a tough time, it's easy to focus on what's wrong and overlook what's still good in your life. Taking a moment to appreciate even small things, like a kind word from a friend or a warm cup of tea, can shift your perspective. Gratitude doesn't erase difficulties, but it reminds you that there's always something positive to hold on to, even in the hardest moments. Resilience also requires patience, both with yourself and with the process of overcoming challenges. Progress often comes slowly, and it's easy to feel discouraged when you don't see immediate results. Remind yourself that building strength takes time and that every small step forward counts. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Each step brings you closer to the life you want to create. Learning to let go is another important aspect of resilience. Holding on to anger, resentment, or regret can weigh you down and make it harder to move forward. Forgiveness, whether it's directed at yourself or someone else, is a way to free yourself from that weight. This doesn't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It means choosing not to let it define you or your future. Letting go creates space for healing and growth. Building resilience is not about being strong all the time. It's about acknowledging that you're human, with strengths and vulnerabilities, and choosing to keep going despite the difficulties. It's about believing in your ability to overcome challenges and trusting that you have what it takes to adapt, grow, and thrive. Resilience is not something you're born with. It's something you develop through practice and persistence. The journey of building resilience is deeply personal, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. What works for someone else might not work for you, and that's okay. The important thing is to find what helps you stay strong and to keep practicing those habits. Over time, you'll find that challenges don't feel as overwhelming, and that you're better able to face life's uncertainties with courage and confidence. Resilience isn't just about surviving. It's about learning to thrive, no matter what life throws your way. Chapter 5. Daily Practices for Positivity. Starting your day with small, consistent actions can make an incredible difference in how you approach life. What you do daily shapes your mindset and sets the tone for everything else. Developing positive habits doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's about focusing on simple, meaningful routines that gradually build a more fulfilling and peaceful life. One of the first things you can do is establish a morning routine that supports your mental clarity and emotional balance. Waking up at a consistent time helps your body find a natural rhythm, which can lead to better sleep and more energy during the day. Begin the morning with something that grounds you, like stretching, journaling, or just spending a few minutes in silence. These small moments give you the opportunity to set your intentions and remind yourself of what's important. Having clear priorities for the day ahead is another way to foster positivity. Taking a few minutes to think about what you want to accomplish can help you feel more organized and less overwhelmed. Writing down a short list of tasks or goals gives your mind direction and purpose. Completing even one or two things on that list can bring a sense of satisfaction and momentum. It's not about cramming your schedule, it's about focusing on what truly matters to you. Incorporating gratitude into your daily life can significantly shift your perspective. Spend a few moments reflecting on the things you appreciate, no matter how small they might seem. It could be as simple as enjoying a peaceful morning or being thankful for a supportive friend. Gratitude doesn't ignore challenges, it highlights the good that exists alongside them. Over time, this practice trains your mind to notice the positive aspects of life more naturally. Another practice that helps maintain a positive outlook is being mindful of the content you consume. What you read, watch, or listen to has a significant impact on your thoughts and emotions. Choose uplifting books, articles, or podcasts that inspire and motivate you. Surround yourself with messages that reinforce a mindset of growth and possibility. If you notice that certain types of content leave you feeling drained or anxious, it's okay to step away from them. Taking time for movement or exercise is another daily habit that can greatly affect your mood and energy levels. Physical activity doesn't have to be intense or time-consuming to be effective. A short walk, a few stretches, or even dancing to your favorite music can release tension and boost your sense of well-being. Movement connects you to your body and reminds you of your strength. Your diet also plays a role in your emotional state. Eating nourishing foods helps fuel your body and mind, giving you the energy to tackle your day. Paying attention to what you eat, how it makes you feel, and how it supports your overall health is a form of self-care. You don't have to aim for perfection, but making mindful choices about food can be a simple way to care for yourself on a daily basis. Connecting with others is another essential daily practice for maintaining a positive outlook. Take time to check in with the people you care about, even if it's just a quick conversation. Sharing experiences, laughter, or even challenges can create a sense of belonging and remind you that you're not alone. Relationships thrive when they're nurtured, and making time for them is an investment in both your happiness and theirs. Throughout your day, make space for moments of quiet reflection. Pausing to take a deep breath or step away from distractions allows you to reset and refocus. This can be particularly helpful when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. Giving yourself permission to pause isn't about avoiding responsibilities. It's about creating balance and allowing yourself the clarity to move forward. Celebrating small wins is another practice that can transform your perspective. It's easy to get caught up in long-term goals and forget to acknowledge the progress you're making along the way. Whether it's finishing a task, trying something new, or simply showing up for yourself, recognizing these moments reinforces a sense of accomplishment. Each step forward, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. Learning to set boundaries is an important part of creating a positive daily experience. Saying no when you need to protects your time and energy, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. It's not about shutting people out. It's about being clear about what you can handle and being kind to yourself in the process. Boundaries help create a sense of stability and respect, both for yourself and for others. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily life doesn't have to be complicated. Being present in the moment, whether you're eating, walking, or working, helps you connect with what's happening right now. Paying attention to the sights, sounds, and sensations around you can bring a sense of calm and appreciation. Mindfulness isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about being aware of where you are and what you're doing. Ending your day with a moment of reflection can be just as impactful as how you begin it. Taking time to think about what went well, what you learned, and what you're grateful for helps you close the day on a positive note. If there were challenges, acknowledge them without judgment and consider how you might approach them differently tomorrow. This practice helps you go to bed with a sense of closure and prepares you for the day ahead. Consistency is the key to making these daily practices work. Building positive habits takes time, and it's normal to face setbacks along the way. What matters is that you keep showing up for yourself, even on the days when it feels difficult. Over time, these small actions add up, creating a stronger foundation for peace and positivity in your life. These daily habits aren't about creating a perfect routine. They're about finding what works for you and being intentional about how you spend your time. Each day is an opportunity to move closer to the life you want to create. And by focusing on simple, meaningful practices, you set yourself up for success. You have the power to shape your days, and in doing so, you shape your life. Chapter 6. The Science of Calm. Using your breath. The way you breathe has a profound impact on your state of mind and overall well-being. It's something so simple and automatic that it's easy to overlook, yet it's one of the most powerful tools you have for staying calm and centered. By learning to focus on your breath, you can better manage stress, reduce anxiety, and feel more in control of your emotions. Breathing is not just a basic function, it's a bridge between your body and your mind. When you're feeling overwhelmed, your breathing often becomes shallow and fast without you even realizing it. This kind of breathing can increase feelings of tension and make it harder to think clearly. Slowing down your breath sends a signal to your brain that you're safe, helping to ease stress and create a sense of calm. The connection between your breathing and your emotions is immediate and powerful, which is why paying attention to it can make such a difference. One way to start using your breath to stay calm is by practicing deep, steady breathing. Begin by inhaling through your nose for a count of 4, holding that breath for another count of 4, and then exhaling slowly through your mouth for a count of 6 or 8. This simple practice helps calm your nervous system and shifts your focus away from stress. The rhythm of your breath acts like an anchor, keeping you steady even when your thoughts feel chaotic. Another effective technique involves diaphragmatic breathing, which is also known as belly breathing. When you take a deep breath, allow your belly to rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. This type of breathing engages the diaphragm, a muscle that plays a key role in relaxation. You might notice that when you're relaxed, your breathing naturally shifts to this deeper, fuller pattern. Practicing diaphragmatic breathing when you're calm can make it easier to rely on it during more stressful moments. Being aware of how you breathe throughout the day is also important. Many people tend to hold their breath or breathe shallowly without noticing, especially when they're focused on something like work or a difficult task. Taking a moment to pause, check in with your breath, and consciously slow it down can bring an immediate sense of relief. This simple habit of awareness can be incorporated into your daily life, whether you're at your desk, sitting in traffic, or even waiting in line. Using your breath as a tool isn't just about reacting to stress, it's also about building resilience over time. Regular breathing exercises can help you feel calmer and more grounded overall, making it easier to handle challenges when they arise. These exercises don't require any special equipment or a lot of time, which makes them easy to fit into your routine. You can practice them in the morning to start your day on the right note or in the evening to unwind before bed. Beyond relaxation, your breath can also be a source of energy and focus. When you're feeling tired or distracted, taking a series of quick, energizing breaths can help wake you up and sharpen your mind. This involves taking short, quick inhales and exhales through your nose for about 10 to 15 seconds. This kind of breathing stimulates your body and gives you a natural boost without relying on caffeine or other stimulants. Breathing techniques can also be used to improve your focus during challenging situations. For example, when you're about to give a presentation, have a difficult conversation, or face an important event, using controlled breathing can help you stay centered. By focusing on your breath, you create a sense of stability within yourself that helps you navigate the moment with greater confidence and clarity. In addition to individual techniques, There are practices like mindfulness and meditation that use the breath as a central focus. Spending even a few minutes each day sitting quietly and paying attention to your breath can help you develop a stronger sense of awareness and presence. During this time, you don't need to change your breathing in any specific way. Simply notice how it feels as you inhale and exhale. Over time, this practice can improve your ability to stay calm and centered in everyday life. For some people, guided breathing exercises or apps can be helpful in building a routine. These tools often include calming instructions and gentle reminders to keep you on track. If you're new to breathing exercises, having this kind of support can make it easier to stay consistent. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel to use your breath as a tool for managing stress and improving your mood. It's also important to remember that your environment can influence how you breathe. Spending time in fresh air, away from distractions and noise, can make it easier to connect with your breath. Whether it's a walk in the park, sitting by a window, or simply stepping outside for a few minutes, being in a peaceful setting enhances the benefits of breathing exercises. These moments not only help you relax, but also create a sense of connection with the world around you. One of the most powerful aspects of focusing on your breath is that it brings you into the present moment. When you're worried about the future or dwelling on the past, your breath serves as a reminder to come back to the here and now. This awareness can help you feel more grounded and less caught up in negative thoughts. By focusing on something as simple and steady as your breath, you regain a sense of control and perspective. The beauty of working with your breath is that it's always with you. No matter where you are or what you're going through, you can turn to your breath for support. Over time, these practices become second nature, helping you navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease. The more you rely on your breath to calm and center yourself, the more empowered you'll feel to handle whatever comes your way. It's a simple, accessible, and effective way to take care of your mind and body every single day. Chapter 7. Mastering the Art of Self-Talk. The way you talk to yourself has more power than most people realize. It shapes the way you feel about your life, your confidence, and your ability to handle challenges. Self-talk is that constant stream of thoughts running through your mind every day. Sometimes it's encouraging and uplifting, but other times it's critical and defeating. Learning to master your self-talk can be a game changer, helping you approach life with more calmness and positivity. Start by paying attention to what you're saying to yourself. It's easy to overlook because it happens so automatically, but if you listen closely, you'll notice patterns. Maybe you criticize yourself when something goes wrong, calling yourself careless or not good enough. Or maybe you downplay your achievements, telling yourself that you just got lucky. These thoughts may seem small, but over time, they shape how you see yourself. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to changing them. When you hear yourself saying something negative, pause and challenge it. Ask yourself if it's really true. Often, the harsh things we say to ourselves aren't based on facts, but on fears or old beliefs we've picked up along the way. By questioning these thoughts, you start to weaken their hold on you. Replace the negative self-talk with something more constructive. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or sugarcoating things. It means speaking to yourself the way you'd speak to a friend who's going through a tough time. For example, if you make a mistake, instead of thinking, "I'm so stupid," try telling yourself, "I made a mistake, but I can fix it and learn from it." This shift in language helps you approach situations with a sense of possibility rather than defeat. One of the most powerful ways to master self-talk is by practicing self-compassion. Many of us are harder on ourselves than we would ever be on someone else. We hold ourselves to impossibly high standards and beat ourselves up when we fall short. But self-compassion isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about treating yourself with kindness and understanding. It's acknowledging that you're human, that mistakes are part of life, and that you're doing your best. Positive self-talk isn't just about handling mistakes. It's also about building confidence. Remind yourself of your strengths and achievements, no matter how small they may seem. It's easy to focus on what you haven't done yet, but taking time to acknowledge what you've already accomplished can shift your mindset in a big way. Tell yourself, I've handled challenges before, and I can do it again, or I've made progress, and I'm proud of how far I've come. These affirmations aren't just feel-good phrases, they're reminders of your own resilience and capability. Another important part of mastering self-talk is setting realistic expectations. Unrealistic goals can set you up for frustration and negative thoughts. Instead of aiming for perfection, aim for progress. Celebrate small wins along the way and give yourself credit for effort, not just results. This mindset allows you to keep moving forward without getting caught up in self-criticism. Visualization can also play a role in improving your self-talk. Picture yourself succeeding, handling challenges with grace, and staying calm under pressure. These mental images reinforce positive beliefs about yourself and help you approach situations with confidence. When you visualize success, your mind starts to believe it's possible, and your self-talk naturally shifts to support that belief. Surrounding yourself with positivity can make a big difference too. Pay attention to the people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the environments you're in. Negativity from external sources can seep into your inner dialogue without you even realizing it. Choose influences that uplift and inspire you. When you're surrounded by positivity, it becomes easier to adopt a supportive and encouraging tone in your self-talk. It's also helpful to practice gratitude as part of mastering self-talk. When you focus on what you're thankful for, it's harder for negativity to take over. Gratitude shifts your perspective and helps you see the good in yourself and your life. It doesn't have to be big things. 7 small moments of appreciation can have a profound impact. For example, you might thank yourself for staying calm in a tough situation, or for showing up and trying your best, even when it was hard. There's no quick fix when it comes to mastering self-talk, but consistent effort pays off. It's about building a habit of treating yourself with the same kindness, patience, and encouragement that you'd offer to someone you care about. Over time, this shift in mindset can transform not only the way you see yourself, but also the way you handle life's challenges. The key to mastering self-talk is practice. Like any skill, it takes time to develop. There will be days when negative thoughts creep in, and that's okay. The goal isn't to eliminate negativity completely. That's impossible. The goal is to create a stronger, more positive inner voice that can guide you through those moments and help you stay grounded. By learning to speak to yourself in a supportive and empowering way, you give yourself a gift that lasts a lifetime. You build a foundation of inner strength and confidence that no external circumstances can take away. This is the art of self-talk, an essential tool for staying calm, positive, and focused in life. Chapter 8. Fostering gratitude in every moment. Gratitude is one of the simplest, yet most transformative habits you can cultivate. It has the power to shift your focus, change your mood, and reshape how you see the world. Despite its simplicity, it's often overlooked, especially when life feels overwhelming or stressful. The truth is, gratitude doesn't erase challenges, but it does give you the strength and perspective to face them with greater resilience. To truly understand gratitude, you need to go beyond seeing it as just being thankful for big, obvious things. It's easy to be grateful when things are going your way, but the real power of gratitude lies in finding it in the everyday, in the small and often overlooked moments. It could be something as simple as the warmth of sunlight on your face, the taste of your favorite meal, or a kind word from someone you love. These small experiences add up, creating a life filled with moments worth appreciating. One of the first steps in fostering gratitude is slowing down enough to notice what's around you. Life can be so fast-paced that it's easy to rush from one task to the next without taking a moment to appreciate what's in front of you. When you pause to pay attention, You start to see things you might have missed, things that bring joy, comfort, or even just a sense of peace. These moments are often right in front of you, waiting to be acknowledged. Gratitude is not just a mental practice, it's also about how you feel. When you truly appreciate something, you feel it in your body. There's a warmth, a lightness, or a sense of calm that comes with genuine gratitude. It's not about forcing yourself to feel thankful, but about letting that feeling arise naturally as you focus on what matters to you. Over time, this practice becomes a habit, and those feelings of appreciation become more frequent and more deeply rooted. One of the challenges people face with gratitude is the misconception that it means ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is fine when it isn't. That's not what gratitude is about. It's about finding something good, even when life is hard. It's about seeing the silver lining, not because it fixes everything, but because it helps you stay grounded and focused on what's positive. Gratitude doesn't deny the pain of hard times. It simply reminds you that even in the midst of struggle, there is still something worth cherishing. Keeping a gratitude journal is a practical way to make this habit a part of your daily life. Each day, take a few minutes to write down a few things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big or life-changing. In fact, the smaller and more specific they are, the better. Maybe you're thankful for a quiet morning, a conversation with a friend, or even the ability to start fresh after a challenging day. Writing these things down helps you focus your attention and makes it easier to notice more of them as time goes on. Another way to nurture gratitude is by expressing it to others. When you take the time to tell someone you appreciate them, it not only strengthens your relationship, but also deepens your own sense of gratitude. It could be as simple as thanking a coworker for their help or letting a loved one know how much they mean to you. These moments of connection create a ripple effect, spreading positivity and encouraging others to do the same. Gratitude also has a way of changing how you approach challenges. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, you begin to see possibilities instead of obstacles. It's not about ignoring what's difficult, but about finding strength in what's good. This perspective helps you stay hopeful and resourceful, even in the face of setbacks. Over time, gratitude becomes a source of inner strength, reminding you of the good things that remain steady when life feels uncertain. There's also a deep connection between gratitude and mindfulness. When you're present in the moment, you're more likely to notice things that bring joy and appreciation. Mindfulness helps you focus on what's happening right now, without getting caught up in worries about the past or future. By being fully present, you open yourself up to the beauty and richness of life as it unfolds. Gratitude naturally follows as you become more aware of the things that make life meaningful. Incorporating gratitude into your routine doesn't have to be complicated. It's not about adding another task to your to-do list, but about shifting your perspective. It's about making a conscious effort to notice and appreciate what's good in your life, no matter how small. The more you practice, the easier it becomes, and soon it starts to feel like second nature. Gratitude also has a way of making you more generous. When you appreciate what you have, you're more likely to want to share it with others. This generosity doesn't have to be about material things. It could be as simple as sharing your time, your kindness, or your encouragement. These acts of giving not only brighten someone else's day, but also deepen your own sense of fulfillment and gratitude. It's important to remember that gratitude isn't about comparison. It's not about feeling grateful because someone else has it worse. That kind of thinking can lead to guilt rather than genuine appreciation. Gratitude is about your own experience and finding value in the life you're living. It's about recognizing what's meaningful to you and allowing yourself to feel joy because of it. As you make gratitude a regular part of your life, you may notice that your perspective starts to shift. Challenges feel a little less overwhelming, relationships feel a little more connected, and life feels a little richer. This isn't because your circumstances have magically changed, but because your mindset has. Gratitude helps you focus on what's good, even when things aren't perfect, and that focus has the power to transform how you experience the world. Each moment of gratitude, no matter how small, adds up over time. It's like building a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes. And as it grows, so does your capacity for joy, peace, and resilience. Gratitude doesn't eliminate life's difficulties, but it does help you navigate them with grace and optimism. It reminds you that even in the midst of challenges, there's always something worth appreciating, something that can bring a little light into your day. Chapter 9. Simplifying your life for peace. Life can feel overwhelming when there's too much going on. The more complicated things get, the harder it is to stay calm and focused. Sometimes peace isn't about finding something new to add to your life. It's about letting go of the things that don't truly matter. Simplifying your life isn't about stripping everything away or living with nothing. It's about creating space for the things that really bring you joy, meaning, and a sense of balance. The first step to simplifying your life is understanding what's truly important to you. When you take the time to identify what matters most, it becomes easier to make decisions about how you spend your time and energy. Start by asking yourself what brings you the most fulfillment. Maybe it's spending time with family, working on a passion project, or just having quiet moments to yourself. Once you know what's important, you can start to focus on those things and let go of the distractions. Clutter, whether it's physical or mental, can weigh you down more than you realize. In your home, clutter makes it hard to find what you need and creates a sense of chaos. In your mind, it makes it difficult to concentrate and adds unnecessary stress. By clearing out the things you no longer use or need, you create an environment that feels calm and inviting. This process doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start small, maybe with one drawer or one corner of a room, and build from there. Each step brings a little more clarity and calmness to your space. Time is another area where simplification can make a big difference. It's easy to fill your schedule with commitments, but not all of them are necessary. When you're constantly busy, you lose the chance to recharge and enjoy the moment. Take a closer look at how you spend your time and ask yourself if every activity aligns with your priorities. If something doesn't add value to your life or bring you closer to your goals, it might be worth rethinking. Saying no to what doesn't serve you gives you the freedom to say yes to what truly matters. Technology is a double-edged sword when it comes to simplifying life. While it can make things more convenient, it can also become a source of distraction. Constant notifications, emails, and social media updates can pull you away from what's happening right in front of you. By setting boundaries with technology, you can reclaim your focus and create more space for the things that matter. This might mean turning off notifications, setting specific times to check your devices, or even taking a break from screens altogether. Simplifying your relationships is another way to bring more peace into your life. This doesn't mean cutting people out, but it does mean being intentional about who you spend your time with and how you interact. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. Nurture relationships that are meaningful and let go of those that drain your energy. It's also important to communicate clearly and honestly with the people in your life. Misunderstandings and unresolved conflicts can add unnecessary stress, so addressing them with kindness can help create smoother, more positive connections. Your routines and habits are another area where simplification can bring big benefits. Sometimes we hold on to habits or routines that no longer serve us simply because we're used to them. Take a closer look at how you go about your day and see if there are ways to make things more efficient or enjoyable. This might mean preparing meals in advance to save time during the week, simplifying your wardrobe to make getting dressed easier, or streamlining your morning routine to start the day with less stress. Simplifying doesn't mean you have to give up the things you love. It's about making room for what brings you joy. This might mean prioritizing quality over quantity. Instead of filling your life with many things, focus on a few that truly matter. This could apply to the books you read, the hobbies you pursue, or the way you spend your weekends. When you focus on quality, each experience feels more meaningful and satisfying. Another way to simplify is by being mindful of your thoughts. Overthinking can be just as cluttering as a messy room. When your mind is constantly racing, it's hard to feel calm and grounded. Practice focusing on the present moment instead of worrying about the past or future. This might involve deep breathing, journaling, or simply taking a walk and paying attention to the sights and sounds around you. By grounding yourself in the present, you can let go of unnecessary mental clutter and find more clarity. Money is another area where simplification can make life feel lighter. It's easy to get caught up in the pressure to buy more, own more, or keep up with others. But true happiness doesn't come from material possessions. Take some time to evaluate your spending and ask yourself if the things you're buying are truly adding value to your life. Simplifying your finances might mean creating a budget, focusing on experiences rather than things, or finding contentment with what you already have. One of the most powerful benefits of simplifying your life is the sense of freedom it brings. When you're not weighed down by unnecessary things, commitments or worries, you have more energy to focus on what matters. You can approach each day with a greater sense of purpose and calm. Simplification isn't about doing less for the sake of doing less. It's about creating space for more of what you truly care about. As you simplify, you might notice that your perspective begins to shift. You start to appreciate the little things more, whether it's a quiet moment with a cup of coffee, a heartfelt conversation with a friend, or the satisfaction of completing a task without rushing. These moments of simplicity remind you that peace and happiness don't have to be complicated. The journey to simplifying your life is a personal one, and it's not about achieving perfection. It's about making small, intentional choices that bring more clarity, balance, and joy to your everyday experience. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to a life that feels more peaceful and aligned with your values. The beauty of simplicity is that it doesn't require you to change who you are. It simply allows you to uncover the calm and positivity that were there all along. Chapter 10. Visualizing your calm and positive future. When you close your eyes and picture your future, what do you see? This simple exercise of visualization has a powerful impact on how you approach your life. It's not just about daydreaming. It's about intentionally creating a mental image of the life you want to live and the person you want to become. Visualization is a tool that helps you clarify your goals, stay motivated, and take purposeful steps toward what you truly desire. It gives your mind a clear direction, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Your mind is an incredible tool, and the images you hold in it shape your reality more than you might realize. When you take time to imagine your future with a sense of calm and positivity, you're essentially programming your mind to look for opportunities, solutions, and ways to make that vision come true. It's like setting a compass for your life. When you know where you're headed, every decision becomes clearer and more intentional. Visualization begins with understanding what you want. It's about getting specific and honest with yourself about the kind of life you want to create. This isn't about what others expect from you or what society says you should aim for. It's about what feels meaningful and fulfilling to you. Maybe you imagine a life where you're surrounded by supportive relationships, or perhaps it's a life filled with creative pursuits, professional success, or peaceful moments of solitude. Whatever your vision is, it's yours, and it's worth exploring in detail. To make your vision feel real, focus on the details. Imagine not just the broad strokes, but the smaller, everyday aspects of the life you want to live. Picture where you are, what you're doing, and how it feels. Engage all your senses as you visualize. If your vision includes living near the ocean, imagine the sound of the waves, the feeling of the sand under your feet, and the salty scent of the air. If it's about achieving a goal, think about the pride and joy you'd feel in that moment. These details make the image in your mind come alive, helping you connect with it on a deeper level. One of the most important aspects of visualization is pairing it with positive emotions. It's not enough to simply picture your future. You need to feel the emotions associated with it. When you imagine your calm and positive future, allow yourself to feel the peace, happiness, or confidence that comes with it. These emotions create a sense of alignment between your mind and your goals, making the vision feel attainable and inspiring you to take action. As you practice visualization, it's important to remain grounded in the present. Visualization isn't about escaping your current reality or living entirely in your imagination. It's about using your vision as a guide to shape your actions and decisions today. Every small step you take, no matter how minor it seems, is a step closer to the future you've envisioned. It's about creating a bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Visualization is also a tool for overcoming challenges. When you encounter obstacles or setbacks, it can be easy to lose sight of your goals or feel discouraged. In these moments, revisiting your vision can help you regain focus and motivation. Picture yourself navigating the challenge with strength and resilience. Imagine how it feels to overcome it and move closer to your goal. This exercise not only boosts your confidence, but also helps you approach difficulties with a more positive mindset. Consistency is key when it comes to visualization. It's not a one-time exercise, but a habit that you build over time. The more often you practice, the clearer and more powerful your vision becomes. Find a time each day to sit quietly and focus on your future. It could be in the morning as you set your intentions for the day, or in the evening as you reflect and unwind. Even just a few minutes of focused visualization can make a big difference. While visualization is a powerful tool, it's most effective when paired with action. Simply imagining your future won't make it happen. You need to take deliberate steps toward your vision. Use your visualization as a guide to set goals and create a plan. Break your goals into smaller, manageable tasks and take consistent action toward them. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you've envisioned. It's also helpful to write down your vision. Putting your thoughts into words adds clarity and reinforces your commitment to your goals. You can write about what your future looks like, how it feels, and the steps you'll take to get there. Revisit this written vision regularly to keep yourself focused and inspired. Over time, you might find that your vision evolves as you grow and learn, and that's perfectly okay. Adjusting your vision is a sign that you're staying true to what feels meaningful to you. Your surroundings can also support your visualization practice. Surround yourself with reminders of your goals and the future you're working toward. This might be through images, quotes, or objects that symbolize your vision. For example, if your goal is to travel, place a picture of your dream destination where you'll see it every day. These visual cues keep your goals fresh in your mind and reinforce your motivation to achieve them. Remember that visualization is a deeply personal practice. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's about what feels meaningful and effective for you. Some people find it helpful to close their eyes and imagine their future, while others might prefer to create a vision board or write about their goals in a journal. Experiment with different approaches until you find what resonates with you. By practicing visualization, you're not just dreaming about a better future, you're actively creating it. You're setting a clear intention, aligning your thoughts and emotions, and taking purposeful steps toward what you truly want. Visualization is a reminder that you have the power to shape your life, and it all begins with a simple image in your mind. As you continue this practice, you'll find that your vision becomes not just a possibility, but a reality within your reach. Chapter 11. Navigating Change with Grace. Change is one of life's most consistent realities. No matter how much we might try to keep things steady, there will always be moments when circumstances shift, routines break, or new challenges arise. While change can sometimes feel overwhelming, it also has the potential to bring growth, new opportunities, and deeper understanding. How you navigate those changes can shape not only the outcome, but also the strength and resilience you build along the way. Accepting change begins with recognizing that it's a natural part of life. The seasons shift, relationships evolve, and what once felt certain can become uncertain. This is not something to fear or resist, but rather something to embrace as part of the journey. Fighting against change often creates more stress, while learning to adapt can open the door to peace and clarity. It's okay to feel discomfort when things are in flux. That's a natural response. Acknowledge those feelings, but don't let them hold you back from moving forward. Perspective plays a powerful role in how you handle change. While it's easy to focus on what you might lose, there's often a hidden gift in every transition. Shifts in your life can bring fresh experiences, lessons, or even connections you didn't expect. Take a moment to step back and look at the bigger picture. Ask yourself what this change might teach you or how it could ultimately benefit your life. Even challenges can hold the seeds of growth if you're willing to look for them. Patience is another key to navigating change gracefully. When things are uncertain, there's often a temptation to rush through the process or find immediate answers. But growth doesn't happen overnight, and clarity often comes with time. Allow yourself the space to adjust and adapt. Just as a tree takes its time to grow and bloom, you need time to settle into new circumstances. Rushing the process can lead to unnecessary stress, while patience allows for a more thoughtful and steady transition. Support can make a significant difference during times of change. You don't have to face it all on your own. Lean on the people you trust, whether it's friends, family, or mentors. Sharing your thoughts and feelings with someone who listens can provide comfort and perspective. They may not have all the answers, but their presence can remind you that you're not alone. If you feel like you're struggling to find support, consider joining a group or community that understands what you're going through. Sometimes connecting with others who have experienced similar transitions can offer both encouragement and insight. Taking care of yourself during change is essential. When your world feels unsettled, it's easy to forget the basics, but those basics are what keep you grounded. Prioritize rest, nourishing food and movement. Small routines like a morning walk or a few minutes of quiet reflection can provide a sense of stability in the midst of uncertainty. Taking care of your physical and emotional well-being gives you the strength to approach change with a clear and focused mind. Staying present can also help ease the challenges of change. It's natural to worry about the future or dwell on what's been lost, but those thoughts can pull you away from the here and now. Ground yourself in the moment by focusing on what's in front of you, whether it's a conversation, a task, or simply the act of breathing. Being present helps you find calm amid the chaos. By taking things one step at a time, you can navigate even the most complex changes without becoming overwhelmed. It's important to remind yourself that change doesn't define you, it's simply something you experience. Your worth and identity are not tied to the circumstances around you. You are more than your successes or setbacks, and your value remains steady regardless of what's happening in your life. Hold on to this truth as you move through transitions, and let it guide you in moments of doubt or uncertainty. One of the most powerful tools for navigating change is gratitude. Even when things feel difficult, there are always aspects of your life that remain steady or bring joy. Focusing on what you're thankful for can help balance the stress of change with a sense of appreciation. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring challenges, it means choosing to acknowledge the positive alongside them. By keeping your attention on the good in your life, you build resilience and create a foundation of hope. Change often requires letting go of old patterns or expectations. This can be one of the hardest parts of the process, but it's also one of the most freeing. Holding on to the past can prevent you from fully stepping into what's ahead. Take time to honor what's behind you, whether it's a chapter of your life, a role, or even a belief. Allow yourself to grieve if necessary, but don't let that grief become a barrier. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting it, means making room for what's next. Flexibility is another valuable skill when navigating change. Life rarely goes exactly as planned, and that's okay. Being open to adjusting your expectations or finding new paths can make the process much smoother. Instead of rigidly holding on to a specific outcome, approach change with curiosity and adaptability. Ask yourself what other possibilities exist, or how you might approach the situation differently. Flexibility doesn't mean giving up. It means finding a way to keep moving forward, even if the path looks different than you expected. Celebrating small wins can also make a big difference during transitions. Every step forward, no matter how small, is worth acknowledging. Maybe it's mastering a new skill, finding a moment of calm, or simply taking action despite uncertainty. These small victories build momentum and remind you of your progress. Change can feel like a long and winding road, but each step brings you closer to stability and growth. As you move through change, remember that it's a part of life's natural rhythm. Just as the seasons shift and the tides flow, your life will continue to evolve. Embracing change doesn't mean loving every moment of it, means finding peace within it. Trust in your ability to adapt, grow, and thrive, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. The challenges you face today can become the strengths you carry into tomorrow, shaping you into a more resilient and compassionate version of yourself. Chapter 12. Cultivating Patience in an Impatient World. In today's fast-paced world, patience is often in short supply. It seems like we're always in a hurry, whether it's to meet a deadline, achieve a goal, or simply move through our day. In the rush to get things done, it's easy to forget that patience isn't just about waiting. It's about how we approach the waiting and how we respond when things don't unfold as quickly as we'd like. Cultivating patience can be one of the most important skills to develop, not just for handling delays or setbacks, but for maintaining peace and clarity in our lives. The first step to cultivating patience is understanding that life doesn't always move according to our schedule. We've all had moments where things didn't go as planned, and the temptation is to become frustrated or anxious. But frustration and impatience only increase the pressure and make us feel more out of control. Instead of rushing through life, imagine approaching each moment with an open mind and a willingness to wait for the right timing. The truth is, many things that are worth having in life take time. Whether it's building relationships, learning a new skill, or reaching a long-term goal, patience is often a necessary part of the process. It's also important to recognize that patience is not about passively sitting back and doing nothing. It's about being calm and composed in the face of uncertainty. It's about remaining steady even when things don't seem to be moving forward as fast as we'd like. Being patient doesn't mean giving up or ignoring the challenges. It means staying consistent, focusing on the process, and trusting that progress is happening, even if it's not immediately visible. It's in those quiet moments of steady effort that real transformation often occurs. In moments of impatience, remind yourself that rushing doesn't necessarily lead to better outcomes. In fact, it can lead to mistakes, missed opportunities, or burnout. When you feel yourself becoming impatient, pause and take a deep breath. Notice the tension in your body and relax it. Taking a moment to center yourself can shift your perspective. You may realize that the situation isn't as urgent as it first seemed, or that taking your time could result in a more thoughtful and effective approach. Patience also involves embracing the discomfort of uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and it's easy to get frustrated when we don't have all the answers or when things don't go according to our expectations. However, it's in these moments of uncertainty that we often find the greatest opportunities for growth. Instead of resisting the unknown, try to lean into it with curiosity. Ask yourself what you can learn from the situation, what it might teach you, or how it could push you in a new direction. When you stop trying to control every outcome, you make space for new possibilities to emerge. Another important aspect of patience is practicing self-compassion. When things aren't happening as quickly as we'd like, or when we're facing setbacks, it's easy to become hard on ourselves. We might think we're not doing enough, or that we're somehow falling behind. But being kind to yourself during these times is crucial. Patience isn't just about waiting for others or for circumstances to change. It's also about accepting and supporting yourself through the process. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend in a similar situation. One of the best ways to develop patience is by shifting your focus from the destination to the journey. So often, we focus so much on the end goal that we forget to enjoy the process. We're constantly looking ahead, wanting to reach the finish line, but when we do that, we miss out on the richness of the present moment. Every step, no matter how small, is a victory. When you find joy and fulfillment in the journey, the waiting becomes less about time passing and more about enjoying the experience. You may also want to practice mindfulness as a way of strengthening your patience. Mindfulness helps you stay focused on the present moment without being overwhelmed by worries about the future or regrets from the past. It allows you to experience life as it happens, rather than rushing through it. This mindset can help you become more patient, not just with external situations but with yourself. When you're mindful, you're able to notice when impatience arises and can take steps to calm your mind before it takes over. There will be times when you feel like you're running out of time, but it's important to remember that time is not your enemy. You can't control how fast things happen, but you can control how you respond to them. Being patient with yourself and the process allows you to make better decisions and create better outcomes. It's not about making everything happen immediately. It's about giving things the space they need to develop and unfold naturally. Patience also involves being mindful of the people around you. It's easy to become impatient with others when things aren't going our way, especially if we feel that someone else is slowing us down or standing in the way of our progress. However, practicing patience with others helps build stronger, more compassionate relationships. When you show patience, you allow the people around you to feel understood and valued. It helps reduce conflicts and creates an atmosphere of calm and trust. Just as you need patience with yourself, you need patience with others as they go through their own journeys. In some situations, it might feel as though patience is something you can't find, no matter how hard you try. During those moments, remind yourself that patience is a skill that can be cultivated over time. Just like any other skill, it requires practice and consistency. Some days, patience may come easily, while others may challenge you. But each time you choose patience over frustration, you're building a deeper level of resilience and inner peace. Over time, it will become a natural part of your response to life's challenges. Recognize that patience is not about being passive. It's about taking deliberate, thoughtful action at the right time. When you practice patience, you make decisions based on calm thinking rather than emotional reactions. It's the ability to act with intention, to wait for the right moment, and to approach situations with clarity rather than urgency. The more you embrace patience, the more you realize that waiting doesn't make you weak, it makes you strong, steady, and in control of your journey. Patience, in the end, is a powerful tool for building the kind of life that you truly want. Chapter 13. Harnessing the Power of Forgiveness. There's a powerful truth in the act of forgiveness, one that can transform your life in unexpected ways. It's not just about letting someone off the hook for what they've done. It's about releasing yourself from the burden of carrying anger, resentment, and pain. When we hold on to grudges, we often think we're punishing the other person, but in reality, we're only hurting ourselves. The weight of anger and bitterness can consume us, draining our energy and peace of mind. Forgiveness, however, allows us to let go of that weight and regain our freedom. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean that the wrong was acceptable or that the pain should be overlooked. It simply means you are choosing to release the hold that the situation or person has over you. Holding on to past hurts only keeps us tethered to the pain, preventing us from fully experiencing the joy, love, and peace that life has to offer. It can be incredibly freeing to decide that you no longer want to carry the weight of those emotions. Instead of letting anger or betrayal take up space in your heart, you can choose to release it, making room for healing and growth. One of the reasons forgiveness is so difficult is that we often confuse it with reconciliation. We think that to forgive someone, we must also go back to how things were before the hurt. But that's not the case. Forgiveness is about you, not the other person. It's about taking control of your emotional well-being. Whether or not the relationship is repaired is secondary to your own peace of mind. You can forgive someone and still choose to keep your distance, set boundaries, or even end the relationship if necessary. The act of forgiving is solely for your benefit, so that you don't have to be weighed down by negative emotions. Sometimes, forgiveness is about forgiving ourselves. We all make mistakes, and we all have moments we wish we could take back. Holding on to guilt or shame can keep us stuck in the past, preventing us from moving forward. But just as we forgive others for their mistakes, we must also learn to forgive ourselves. This doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior or letting ourselves off the hook for mistakes, but it does mean acknowledging that we are human and, like everyone else, we have room to grow. By forgiving ourselves, we allow ourselves the grace to learn from our past and do better moving forward. Forgiveness is also essential for building and maintaining healthy relationships. When we hold grudges or allow resentments to fester, it can create walls between us and others. Over time, these walls grow taller and thicker until we find ourselves isolated, disconnected, or unable to fully trust again. But forgiveness breaks down those walls, allowing for connection, understanding, and growth. It doesn't erase the past, but it does create space for something new to emerge. Instead of letting old wounds define the relationship, forgiveness offers a chance to build a new foundation, one based on mutual respect, healing, and understanding. However, forgiveness isn't always easy. It's not a one-time event, but a process. It takes time, effort, and sometimes a lot of pain to work through. There may be moments when you feel ready to forgive, but other times when the anger or hurt feels too fresh to let go of. That's okay. Forgiveness doesn't happen on a set schedule. It unfolds at its own pace. What's important is to keep moving forward, even if it's just a small step at a time. Each time you choose to let go of a bit of that anger or resentment, you are making progress toward healing. One of the first steps in forgiveness is acknowledging the pain. It's easy to brush off hurt or pretend it doesn't matter, but that only keeps the wound open. Recognize the hurt, sit with it for a moment, and allow yourself to feel it. It's okay to be angry, upset, or disappointed. Those feelings are valid and they deserve to be recognized. But once you've allowed yourself to feel them, don't let them take over. Recognizing the pain helps you move past it. It's a necessary part of the healing process. Sometimes, forgiveness requires shifting your perspective. Instead of focusing on how the other person wronged you, try to see the situation from their point of view. This doesn't mean excusing their behavior, but it does help you understand that they are also human with their own struggles, fears, and flaws. Perhaps they acted out of their own pain, insecurity, or confusion. When you realize that everyone is doing the best they can with the tools they have, it becomes easier to let go of judgment and resentment. Another powerful aspect of forgiveness is choosing peace over the need to be right. Often, our desire to prove we are right or justified in our anger can hold us back from forgiveness. We cling to our righteousness, thinking it gives us power. But true power comes from the ability to let go of the need to control the situation or the other person. When you choose peace, you choose to let go of that need to be right, to let go of the anger, and to embrace healing. One of the most transformative things you can do in your journey of forgiveness is to practice empathy. Empathy allows you to connect with the other person, even if they've hurt you. It helps you understand their actions and motives, and it opens up the possibility for compassion. When you can empathize with someone, you humanize them, making it easier to forgive. Instead of seeing them as an enemy or adversary, you begin to see them as a person who, like you, has made mistakes. Forgiveness also has an incredible effect on your emotional and physical health. Holding on to anger and bitterness can manifest in physical tension, stress, and even illness. It's been shown that people who hold grudges tend to experience higher levels of anxiety, depression, and even heart disease. Forgiving, on the other hand, has the opposite effect. It releases the emotional burden, reduces stress, and creates space for healthier thoughts and emotions. The act of forgiving yourself and others is a powerful form of self-care. When we forgive, we release ourselves from the prison of our own negative emotions. We free ourselves from the chains that bind us to past hurts, and we take back our power. The act of forgiving is an act of self-liberation. It's not about condoning bad behavior or pretending everything is fine. It's about choosing to heal and move forward, free from the hold that past wrongs have on you. As you embark on this journey of forgiveness, remember that it's not always a straight path. You may have to forgive the same person or situation multiple times before the pain truly begins to subside. But each time you choose forgiveness, you choose healing. Each time you forgive, you create more room for peace, love, and joy in your life. Forgiveness doesn't just release others, it frees you from the burden of carrying hurt and anger. It allows you to live more fully, with a heart open to the possibilities of the present and the future. It is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. Chapter 14. The Role of Purpose in Positivity. When life feels overwhelming or uncertain, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. We may focus on the challenges in front of us, the distractions that constantly pull us away from our center, and the noise of the world around us. But in these moments, it's important to remember that having a sense of purpose can act as a guiding light. A clear sense of purpose gives us direction, helps us stay focused on our goals, and allows us to navigate through the toughest of times. It's the force that pushes us to keep going, even when the path seems unclear. Without it, we may feel like we're simply drifting, pulled by the currents of life, rather than moving with intention towards something meaningful. Purpose is not just about the big, grand achievements in life. It's not just about career goals or long-term ambitions. It's about finding meaning in the everyday moments, the choices we make, and the way we show up in the world. When we have a sense of purpose, we can find fulfillment in even the smallest of tasks. Whether it's helping a friend, learning something new, or simply taking care of ourselves, each action feels more significant when it's aligned with our purpose. For many people, the idea of purpose may seem daunting. It can feel like something you need to search for, something that only the lucky few are able to discover. But the truth is, purpose is not something that can be handed to you. It's something you create. It's built over time, through the experiences, relationships, and lessons that shape your life. And while your purpose may evolve over the years, it's always there, waiting for you to uncover it and bring it into focus. One of the key aspects of purpose is understanding that it's deeply personal. It's not about what others expect of you, nor is it about fulfilling societal standards or external pressures. Your purpose is rooted in your own values, passions, and desires. It's about what makes you feel alive, what drives you, and what you're willing to work toward, even when the going gets tough. This is why it's so important to spend time reflecting on what truly matters to you. When you understand your own values and desires, you gain a clearer sense of what you want to achieve and the legacy you want to leave behind. It's also worth acknowledging that purpose doesn't always come with clarity right away. It's not something that can be defined in one moment or figured out in a single day. For some, it takes years of trial and error, reflection, and exploration to uncover what truly brings them joy and fulfillment. That's okay. It's a process. Life is constantly changing, and so too can our purpose. What feels important at one point in life may shift or evolve over time. The key is to stay open, to listen to the whispers of your heart, and to pay attention to the things that excite you and make you feel connected to something greater. A sense of purpose also helps you stay resilient. When faced with challenges or setbacks, it's easy to become disheartened or feel like giving up. But when you have a strong sense of purpose, It provides the motivation to keep going. Your purpose gives you the strength to push through difficulties, knowing that your efforts are meaningful and that every step brings you closer to something greater. Purpose becomes the reason you keep moving forward, even when things don't seem to be going your way. In times of uncertainty, purpose can be the anchor that keeps you grounded. Whether you're facing changes in your career, a shift in relationships, or simply questioning the direction of your life, reconnecting with your sense of purpose helps you regain clarity and confidence. It reminds you of the bigger picture and encourages you to continue forward with conviction. When you're aligned with your purpose, it becomes easier to make decisions, set priorities, and stay focused on what truly matters. It acts as a filter, helping you say no to distractions and yes to the things that align with your values and goals. A strong sense of purpose also has the ability to bring joy and fulfillment into your life. When you are living in alignment with your purpose, you begin to experience a deep sense of satisfaction. Even the most challenging tasks can feel meaningful when you know they're leading you towards something important. Whether you're working toward a career goal, improving your health, or building stronger relationships, the sense of fulfillment that comes from living with purpose makes every step of the journey worthwhile. However, it's important to remember that purpose is not always about achieving massive success or reaching a specific destination. It's about the process of growth, learning, and contribution. It's about how you show up in the world and the impact you make, no matter how big or small. You don't have to change the world overnight or accomplish everything on your to-do list to feel purposeful. What matters is that you're taking steps towards something meaningful, something that aligns with your values and passions. Sometimes the pursuit of purpose requires you to let go of things that no longer serve you. This could mean leaving behind old habits, relationships, or ways of thinking that are holding you back from reaching your potential. When you're committed to living with purpose, you're willing to make the necessary changes to align your life with your goals. This might be difficult at times, but it's also incredibly freeing. Letting go of what no longer serves you creates space for new opportunities, new experiences, and new connections that are more in line with your true purpose. It's also essential to recognize that purpose is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. There is no final end point where everything is perfectly aligned. Instead, purpose is something you continually discover, refine, and deepen as you move through life. It's a dynamic force, always shifting and evolving as you grow and learn. This means that your purpose might look different at various stages of your life, and that's okay. What's important is that you're moving forward, staying true to yourself, and taking steps toward a life that feels authentic and meaningful. In building your sense of purpose, it can be helpful to break it down into actionable steps. Ask yourself what you want to contribute to the world, what impact you want to make, and what legacy you hope to leave behind. These questions can guide you in the direction of your purpose, helping you create a vision for your life that is grounded in your values and aspirations. Once you have a clearer sense of your purpose, you can begin to set specific, achievable goals that will move you toward that vision. Living with purpose is also about living in the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in the future, thinking about what you want to achieve or where you want to be, but purpose is found in the here and now. It's about how you show up every day, the choices you make, and the impact you have on the people around you. The more present you are, the more connected you become to your purpose. Every action, no matter how small, becomes meaningful when it's aligned with your deeper values. Purpose has the power to transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. When you live with purpose, you become a source of inspiration and support for others. Your actions create a ripple effect, encouraging those you encounter to find their own sense of purpose and live more authentically. As you walk your own path with intention, you inspire others to do the same. Remember, purpose is a powerful force. It provides the motivation to push through challenges, the clarity to make decisions, and the fulfillment that comes from living a life that aligns with your deepest values. By discovering and nurturing your sense of purpose, you can create a life that is not only successful but meaningful and truly fulfilling. It's not always easy, and it may take time, but every step you take toward your purpose brings you closer to the life you were meant to live. Chapter 15. Mindful Living. Being present in the moment. Life is a constant stream of moments, each one carrying its own significance. In our fast-paced world, it's all too easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of responsibilities, distractions, and future goals. We're often looking ahead, planning for what comes next, or worrying about what we haven't done yet. This can lead to a sense of disconnection from the present moment. We may find ourselves going through the motions of life without truly experiencing it. This is where mindful living becomes an essential practice. When you choose to live mindfully, you decide to embrace the present, to fully experience each moment as it unfolds, and to appreciate the richness that life has to offer right now. Living in the moment doesn't mean you ignore your past or stop planning for the future. It's about finding a balance where you're not consumed by what's already happened or what's yet to come. Instead, it's about being fully present with what's happening now, whether it's a conversation with a friend, a task at work, or simply enjoying a cup of coffee. The act of being present allows you to engage with life more deeply and meaningfully. You begin to notice the little things, the feel of the ground beneath your feet, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of birds outside. These moments, often overlooked in our busy lives, are the ones that truly make life beautiful. One of the first steps in mindful living is learning to quiet the mind. Our minds are constantly filled with thoughts, worries about the future, regrets from the past, or a never-ending list of things to do. This mental clutter can prevent us from fully experiencing the present. But when we take a moment to pause, breathe, and tune into the here and now, we can begin to find clarity. Mindfulness encourages you to be aware of your thoughts without judgment. Instead of getting caught up in them, you can observe them as they come and go, allowing them to pass without attaching to them. This practice doesn't require you to stop thinking, but rather to become aware of the thoughts and gently guide your focus back to the present. Another key element of mindful living is being aware of your body. So often, we rush through life without really paying attention to how we're feeling physically. We may push ourselves too hard, ignore our body's signals, or overlook the importance of self-care. When you practice mindfulness, you become more attuned to your body's needs. You learn to listen when you're tired, when you're hungry, or when you need to slow down. This connection to your body helps you take better care of yourself, leading to improved health, well-being, and overall energy. It also helps you to remain grounded in the present, because being in tune with your body brings you back to the here and now. Mindful living also involves cultivating awareness in your relationships. It's easy to get distracted during conversations, thinking about what you're going to say next or what you need to do after the conversation is over. But being truly present with someone means giving them your full attention, listening to what they're saying, and connecting with them in a genuine way. When you practice mindfulness in your relationships, you become a better listener, a more supportive friend, and a more understanding partner. You begin to notice the subtleties in the conversation, the tone of their voice, their body language, the emotions behind their words. This depth of attention strengthens your connections and helps you build more meaningful, authentic relationships. Being mindful also means accepting life as it is, without constantly wishing for it to be different. We often spend our time thinking about how things should be, or how we wish they were, which only leads to frustration and disappointment. Mindfulness teaches you to embrace what is, to accept the present moment without judgment. This doesn't mean you stop striving for improvement or change. It means you learn to appreciate where you are in the moment, knowing that growth and change will come in time. By accepting the present, you free yourself from the pressure of always needing things to be different, allowing you to experience peace and contentment as they are. One of the most powerful aspects of mindful living is that it can help reduce stress and anxiety. When we're constantly focused on the future or dwelling on the past, our minds are in a state of constant unrest. This mental agitation leads to physical tension, stress, and even burnout. By practicing mindfulness, we can break the cycle of worry and rumination. When you choose to be present with whatever is happening right now, you step out of the constant flow of thoughts that create stress. Instead of obsessing over what might happen tomorrow or rehashing what happened yesterday, you can simply focus on what's right in front of you. This shift in focus has a calming effect on your mind and body, allowing you to release tension and feel more centered. Mindful living is also about cultivating gratitude. When you're fully present in the moment, you begin to notice and appreciate the good things in your life. Even on challenging days, there are always small moments of joy, whether it's a warm breeze, a smile from a stranger, or a quiet moment of reflection. Practicing mindfulness helps you notice these moments and feel grateful for them. Gratitude is a powerful practice that can shift your perspective, bringing more positivity into your life. When you approach each day with gratitude, you begin to see the abundance that already exists around you, rather than focusing on what's missing. One of the most challenging aspects of mindful living is learning to let go of distractions. In a world full of constant notifications, social media updates, and multitasking, it's easy to become overwhelmed and distracted. But when you practice mindfulness, you choose to focus your attention on what matters most. This means turning off the phone when you're having a conversation, fully engaging in the task at hand, and giving yourself permission to take breaks from the noise. The act of letting go of distractions allows you to reconnect with yourself and the present moment, which in turn helps you feel more focused, grounded, and peaceful. Mindfulness is not something that happens overnight. It's a practice that requires patience and commitment. It's easy to fall into old habits, to let your mind wander, or to become overwhelmed by the busyness of life. But with consistent practice, mindfulness becomes more natural. You begin to notice when you're slipping out of the present moment and gently bring yourself back. Over time, this awareness becomes a part of who you are. You start to see the beauty in life's simple moments, to appreciate the depth of your experiences, and to feel more connected to the world around you. As you embrace mindful living, you'll find that it's not just about slowing down or being present. It's about creating a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. It's about finding peace amidst the chaos, joy in the ordinary, and purpose in every moment. Mindfulness opens up the possibility of living a more meaningful, fulfilling life, one where you're not just moving through the motions, but truly experiencing and appreciating each moment as it comes. And in doing so, you'll discover a sense of calm and positivity that stays with you no matter what life throws your way. Remember, staying calm and positive is a skill that takes time and practice. By taking small steps every day, you can build a mindset that helps you handle whatever life throws at you. Keep focusing on your growth, take it one day at a time, and be kind to yourself along the way. You've got this.